Hey guys, so today we're going to do a new challenge. It's called the Chameleon. So I have this piece that it was a pour over. It didn't turn out right, and then I just ran the chain through it in random order to get the paint off, and I still didn't like it. So we're going to use it. Today we're going to use Arteza colors for this swipe. You do a swipe and then you take a comb dipped in silicone and you dab it to make the things. So the paints we're using today are Arteza in Mars Black, Silver, Ultramarine Blue, Phthalo Green, and then I made two custom colors myself. This one is Phthalo Green mixed with Titanium White. And this one is Ultramarine Blue with Scarlet Red and Titanium White to make a purple. All of my paints are mixed with Floetrol only. No silicones in any of the paints because I'm going to be dipping silicone on. So we're just going to go ahead and do put the colors down for the swipe. I didn't mix too very much of each because I didn't want to have too much paint. I'm going to go ahead and set those cups on top of each other. That can be, that way we don't have any paint that's not used. I was hoping for a deeper purple, but believe it or not, it's a little harder to mix the Arteza paints than you would think. They're great paints, don't get me wrong. So far I've had nothing but good results from them. It's just a little harder to mix them because they're a thicker base paint. I will tell you that just having this silicone sitting over here, I've got it in this little bitty bubble tray, and I've just got a little bit in the corner wide enough for my comb to dip. But just having that there, the smell is so intense. Like, that coconut wool smell is amazingly intense. I'm loving it. I'm just trying to fill in some of the voids. I will tilt it some to fill in the voids before I swipe, or just touch it up with my hand, one of the two. Just gonna fill in some of these voids right through here. Okay, I'm just gonna take this stick and just dab it. Just pull the paint over where some of these smaller voids are. Because a bunch of them are just really small dots. I'll still tilt to get the edges, but this way I don't have to worry too much about these not filling in after I tilt. Do, 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 do. Doop. Okay, I'm just going to pull this to the edge a little so it's easier when I tilt. Same down here, just so that when I tilt, I won't have to tilt too very much. It'll just ease its way on over. I'm gonna tilt it and I'm gonna add the black a little bit, my swipe color, which will be the black. Okay. Ta-da. My swipe color. Okay. Take that stick out. Turn that upside down in that one. Okay. And something I didn't think of is, where is my swipe tool? There it is. So I'm just going to use my swipe tool because the main part of the pour is not the swipe. So it doesn't have to be technical. The Chameleon part is the main part. And again, these are Arteza paints, and there is no silicone in any of these paints. Well, I was going to try to pull, so I'm just going to go back over that. There we go. Okay. I do need to pull it back this way just a hair to cover that empty spot right there. Okay. So there we go. I'm going to set my swipe tool to the side. I'll wash it in a little bit. I'm not gonna torch this because now we're gonna take my little comb and I'm gonna stick it in here, tap it off, and then we're just gonna go through here. And I'm gonna dot it off, and I'm gonna get a little bit more. And some people have referred to this as the crocodile, or even, you know, like a fancy corn husk. But I think the original creator, I think his name is Chameleon or something, and he called it the Chameleon pour. So we're just going to go with that. I'm trying to keep it level with the ones before it. So if you get a comb that's about the same size as the canvas you're doing, I think if I had maybe done it this way along the canvas, it would have done better. I'm just going to do a little bit more down here. These didn't show up, but I think it's because it's mainly black. But anyhow, I'm going to set that down, and we're just going to kind of watch it do its thing. And then I'll torch it a little, and I'm sure that'll help it do it better. But I really like the way it's doing. And we're just going to watch it grow. I cannot time lapse or any of that, because I don't have the capabilities to do that during editing. And while we're watching, I'm just gonna touch the edges and the sides. Now this is my first time doing this, so I don't know how this is going to dry with this amount of silicone dripped on. I don't know if it will end up leaving spots on the blank spots on the canvas or what. I haven't seen any dry. I've seen people post theirs, but I haven't seen them post any as results as dry. So I don't know about that yet. Let me see if I can mark this somewhere. I do really like the way it did. I almost wonder if I can stretch it by tilting it a little, but I'm also worried about messing it up. So I don't know if I want to tilt it or not. I think we're going to tilt it just a hair and just see what happens. No, I think it's just going to maneuver some of them and make them unlevel. So I think I'm good with how this one is. I think the ones I've been seeing have had bigger. They may have used more silicone or a different kind. I am using the coconut milk anti-breakage serum, and I think their cones also had bigger tips than mine. Mine are really, really narrow. So I'm guessing the ones with the bigger prongs would make bigger striations, because we have the bigger ones on the edge here from the biggest one on the end. So I'm betting different cones will make different shaped striations. But I actually really, really like this. It's cool and interesting. So yeah. Let me know what you guys think, and then once it dries, we'll do a video of what it looks like dry.